Hello again, dear Interblops. I'm here with another piping hot serving of Demon Souls. Last time, with considerable difficulty, we felled a giant, but we could proceed no further within Boletaria Palace, because we have to crack another archstone or two first. Let me tell you folks, I am having a terrible fucking day here. So if I'm a little less tiny than usual, I do deeply apologize, but I gotta get something knocked out today if I'm not going to miss a week, and I don't want to miss a week of uploads, so the show must go on. I figure this can go one of two ways. I'll either play even worse than I have been lately, or I will go ham on some monsters, so let us pray for the latter. Also, I want to check world tendency here. It's a little hard to tell, but I don't think Boletarian Palace is at full white yet, but it might be, so I want to check on that. Okay, you may recall that the gate over here on the left, just beyond these palisades, if I'm using that word correctly, there is a gate that opens for either pure black or pure white world tendency, so if this isn't pure white, we'll be able to go through there. We shall find out in a moment. Come on, Dreglings. There you are. I can much more easily poke through these guys' frenzy attack with the improved reach of my spear. So yay for that. Nope. Still closed. Still closed. Okay. We'll come back when we can do another serving of this area. Actually, there's one other thing I'd like to check here. There's something else that can happen, which seems to be vaguely tied to world tendency, but it's not always consistent. It doesn't always happen when you're pure black or pure white, and sometimes it happens when you're not. And if I could take care of that matter right now, that would be of great utility to me, especially before we go into the next level. So, I may be going on a wild goose chase here, but we will find out. Actually, it also occurs to me that even if the event in question is not happening, I may be able to get what I need on a suicide run, and I'm quite willing to do that. Okay, whether or not I can do the thing I'm hoping to do right now, I did find a treasure that I had not previously picked up. So, a scimitar. That seems like a thing that might be interesting to play around with at some point, but for now I'm going to stick with my pointy poker. Onward. Still trying to find the place I'm looking for, in an entirely in-character phenomenon, but, in the meantime, another new treasure. Ooh! Upgrade materials. Wow, I missed a lot of stuff on my first run through here. Just a soul item, but I'll keep it. Yeah, I really missed a bunch of stuff. Decent healing, I'll take it. One more that I don't have to buy at any given point. I got a little lost on the way, which is kind of like saying I need oxygen a little bit to live. And the thing that I was hoping would be the case is not the case. You see, sometimes the dragons are here at the Dragon Roost, and sometimes they are not. And as I mentioned, I think this has some bearing on world tendency, but other times it seems to happen for no particular reason. So yeah, this may be a suicide run, but I think that first treasure is the one I need there. And if that is correct, it is something I will really like to have for the next area. Let's go for it. No! Wrong thing! Ooh! That was uncomfortable. I see something I'm doing. I keep hitting triangle to heal, which is the dedicated heal button in Bloodborne. But here it just makes me two-hand, and that kind of throws me off a bit. Alright, it looked like we might be able to push a little further in here, so I'm going to try for that second treasure and hopefully live. Bingo! Now can I get back out alive? Surprisingly, yes. Alright, that's my baby. Let's take a little look at my baby. The Purple Flame Shield. An old large shield painted in vivid purple. It's quite heavy. The origin of its characteristic design is unknown. It's a weapon with many mysteries. It is very effective against flame. And that is entirely true. Can I see its flame resistance here somewhere? Just fire attack. Anywho, the nice thing about the Purple Flame Shield, its fire resistance is great, but more importantly than that, it is a 100% physical block shield, as you would hope of a great shield, and it is tied for the second best stability in the game, I believe, when fully upgraded. So yeah, given my playstyle, I wanted this a lot. And what I need for it is that 22 strength I've been building up. So we are all ready to go, and whether I ever need to pump strength again depends on what weapon I end up using. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, I'm just happy to have my baby. See you back at the Nexus. I'll bet you can't guess what happened on my way here. That's right, got lost on the way back to the Nexus. The good news is I got here, and the extra good news is I got a pretty good drop rate for Crescent Moongrass along the way. You can see I've got 26 of them down in the lower left. I don't mind that a bit. But the most important thing is we can now start upgrading what will be my bread and butter shield throughout the game. Again, good flame resistance, outstanding stability. What's not to like? Okay, the strength requirement, but I'll live with that. And now some of those upgrade materials we've started collecting are gonna do us proud. I don't know if I remember to mention this before, but the deal with Sharpstone and Hardstone, Sharpstone is for upgrading edged weapons, and Hardstone is upgrading shields, so it's not just like one Titanite kind of thing, it's actually split that way. There are so many types of upgrade materials in this game, you'll see more of that as we go along. Hardstone might also be for blunt weapons, just because Sharpstone doesn't seem to make sense for that, but I cannot remember that offhand. Anyway, Purple Flame Shield, make it better. Okay, we need a whole mess more of Hardstone to upgrade that any further right now. But we will have an opportunity. How about my spear? Do I have... Oh yeah, I have enough Sharpstone for another spear boost. So we now have a +3 weapon and a +2 shield. I am satisfied with that. Oh, also we see here that this is the first opportunity for a branch. We could upgrade to the Quality Wing Spear, which would be more balanced between strength and a dexterity scaling. If you've... my god, something really funny has happened out in the main room. Anyway, if you've heard people refer to a quality build in games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, the idea being they kind of balance out their strength and dexterity for the best bonuses, this is where that came from. The quality path appeared in Demon's Souls, and I guess the terminology just remained. Well, we would need Clearstone to go along the quality route. I might consider that at some later point. Who needs to repair the buckler? Well, for 1 soul. Might as well, I suppose. The equipment, on the other hand, we do want to have that in fighting fit.
Do come back alive. I need your business.
You're welcome. Now, do we have enough souls left over for a level? Let us find out.
Thou seekest then soul of the mind keep.
No, we are a little short. That's okay. I think there's something in the next area that I will be able to put those souls toward pretty quickly. I think we're going to go here, to the first level of the Archstone of the Burrow King. Actually, I'm probably going to be taking these in more or less left to right order, just kind of going from here over to there in sequence. Difficulty of relative areas is a very subjective thing, but I usually do that, and I find it to be a pretty good difficulty progression. The main exception is 4-1, that being 4th Archstone, the Shadow Men level 1, is relatively easy for where it is in the room here, so at some point I will probably do 4-1 pretty early. Otherwise, though, yeah, that's probably going to be the plan. Now, what's up with the Burrow King? First area is Stonefang Tunnel, and this is the city of the Burrowers, keepers of the huge tunnel. Most of these stubborn, industrious burrowers who once held off soldiers of Boletaria had their souls taken. Now they only move about pointlessly. And here we are. I believe as soon as I start to head up that hill, I'm going to be finding a crystal gecko, so I'm going to be ready to charge that down. Fortunately, I don't think there will be any enemies right away. There it is. These little buggers can be a little tricky to hit with a spear. Ah, I lost it. No, not yet. Nope, I lost it. Balls. And as I think I mentioned before, if you miss a crystal gecko, they get away or they fall off a cliff or what have you, that is one potential spawn of them lost. You cannot just reload game like you do in other Souls games and take another crack at it, unfortunately. But hey, we got a low-quality soul item. Surely that's a good trade-off. Now, the reason I was saying we might have a good way to put those souls to use right away is this fine gentleman.
Hello there, souls. Souls. I trade fine goods for souls.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services. We see in the upper left that this is the Filthy Man. How you doing, Filthy?
Our little town. Well, it's a nice wee place. All those lizard-eyed townsfolk are busy tinkering with stone. And don't bother with old men like myself. Makes life rather easy for me. I can get away with anything. Thank you, Lord, for this golden opportunity.
You know, I really can't fault him too much. With the world in as shitty a condition as it is, you do what you have to get by.
Have you heard about that sparkling lizard? He's not easy to catch, but he's got some fine stones, and I know where his nest is. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't give it away.
Well, there is our in-world introduction to the crystal geckos, but there's a little bit more to that. You noticed he said he knows where their nest is? In 2-2, so the next area, there is, in fact, a nest of crystal geckos. You walk in and they just scatter in all directions. You may be able to do it in a few passes if you have enough spawns for them built up, but it's really, really hard to get all of them, so you just kind of have to either memorize or hope that the ones that have the upgrade materials you want are the ones you can kill. This game, I note, has Wrath of God, that big AoE miracle that is in other Souls games, and if you use Wrath of God in the middle of the Crystal Gecko area, you'll take out a good chunk of them. I don't know if I'm going to have enough faith to do that, but something to keep in mind.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay, that's all of his dialogue. Now then, the reason that I mentioned that this would be a good place to spend souls is he sells low-end Weapon upgrade materials. What does he have weapon-wise? A pickaxe. Don't care about that. So, what we need more than anything right now is hardstone. Because I really want to make that shield as good as I can. So, I am going to blow my allowance all here.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
The pleasure's all mine, Filthy. Let's see what his not buying anything dialogue is.
Hello. Here to make a deal.
No, I'm here to waste your time.
You want to play? Well, you've got to pay. Don't you agree?
Well, he's fairly reasonable about it. What we have here is an inactive elevator. Once we get to turn this on, which will not actually take very long, this is going to be a very, very useful elevator indeed. But we'll have to hold off on that for a little while. Now, all that thudding you heard while I was dealing with the filthy man is from the two jerks up there throwing down boulders. And that may be more dangerous than it might first seem. Reason being, those shards from the boulders when they crack, those can hit you. So it's kind of like if you played Bloodborne, the Yetis in the Nightmare Frontier, where you can get completely fucked up by their boulder rubble as much as one actually falling on you. Anyway, a developer message. Magic attacks are potent against the next enemy. This is true, but I believe piercing damage is also good too. So I think I'll be doing pretty well with my spear. And we want to find out roughly where those are landing, and then rush on through. Maybe we can get a little bit closer. Wait until two of them are thrown. That should do. See, we've got a treasure over yonder. I don't know if they can hit me right there. But I do want to claim it all the same. Yoink! Sticky white stuff! Oh, shit! Yeah, they got me. That's alright, I've got Crescent Moon. We'll take a look at the sticky white stuff as soon as I'm in a somewhat safer position. And yes, there's pretty much no context in which you can say sticky white stuff in which it doesn't sound kind of lewd, but we will just have to live with that. I don't know if there's anything of value in this room. I'll check around, just to be certain. Is that an item? No, that's a torch. Okay. I seem to want to say that we can get up there somehow and take out the boulder guys, which I kind of want to do. Don't remember where exactly that is, though. This is where I came in, right? Yes, it is. I can't do anything with that yet, I don't believe. Oh, actually we can because the handle's right here. Now what this elevator actually gets me to, I do not remember at all. It is not the way to get up to the boulder throwers. And I don't believe it activates the other elevator, which is going to be the really handy one. And every little bit helps, and I see there is at least a treasure down there. There is also, I believe, something down there relating to a pure black world tendency, but I'm not completely certain I've got the location right. And we are a long way from having pure black anyway. Oh, hello. I bet I could get on that landing. A Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. That's a reasonably rare and handy item which gives you your body back. Use that when you're in soul form and come back to life. Let's take a look at that and the sticky white stuff we just picked up. There we go. Apply to right-hand weapon for magical effect. A sticky white wax-like substance. Apply on the right-hand weapon for a magical effect. It is said to be the waste product of a magical slug bathed in fluorescent mercury. So yeah, rub slug shit on your weapon, and it becomes magical damage. Lovely. Now, where was that, other thing? What the hell was it I just picked up? Oh yes, the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. An eye stone which is deteriorated more than halfway, can only be used in soul form. After being used, it crumbles away and is forgotten. Stones of Ephemeral Eyes will be very handy when we go for pure black world tendency, because the easiest way to move a world towards black is to die in it in body form. Now then, I saw a landing here somewhere, didn't I? I'm gonna keep an eyeball open for that. There we are. I do not remember what this is at all. Oh, for shit's sake, this is where I came in. Was there in fact another landing? No, I think this is what I was seeing the whole time. I'm not very bright. Now, we want to figure out how to get up there and take out the boulder throwers. Not that they're a threat to me really now that I'm inside, but all the same, I think there might be a shiny up there. And that gentleman was pretty hard to see. Just kind of laboring over there. There he is. These, I believe, are the Lizard Eyes residents of Stonefang Tunnel mentioned in the description, and they're just laboring away. Some of them will notice you and get up to attack, and some will just go about their business. I believe all the ones in this room are the go about their business type. I don't think there's any immediate threat here. However, we can slay them, because that means souls and possibly upgrade materials, which I believe they can drop. It certainly does open them up very well for a backstab. My aim was a little off there, but it worked. Okay, these two aggroed. I think sometimes if you kill other miners and gatherers, they will notice and go aggressive, and I believe that's what happened here. If we hadn't killed the other two, they might not have come after us. By and large, these are your standard fodder enemies for this level. Not too much to be concerned about, but you want to take the ones with the pickaxes a little more seriously. They can put a pretty solid hurt on you. I have really quite forgotten how to get up to that area where the boulder guys are. I'm fairly sure at this point I passed it up. But I completely missed where it was. I'll probably go back and check for that in a bit. Other way salad, very good. Okay. Oh, dogs. I forgot there were dogs here. Fortunately, I have a very good pointy poker for tanking their hits and retaliating. Not bad, not bad. And hello, friend. Yeah, something just shot a fireball at us. We'll be dealing with that in just a bit. Actually, after I take these guys out, I think what I'm going to do... holding a bag. I think the bag-holding guys only have, like, one spawn cycle, but the first time you kill them, they will definitely have some materials for you. Pretty good surfing of them, too. This dude is... Oh, hello up there. There's a dude down here coming at me, too, I believe. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. They're a little tricky to see in the dark sometimes. One thing that can kind of trip you up at the beginning when you're first learning to deal with the enemies in Stonefang Tunnel, I believe they are quite resistant to slash damage. Blunt I'm not sure about, but piercing damage is just dandy. So, I am in fact well equipped for this. Ah, that is a fat minister. I believe in the Western version they were called fat officials, but I like the minister name. It's a weird looking shadow there. You may have noticed a fat minister kind of giving a command to folks when we fought Tower Knight. So yeah, they have cutscene relevance from time to time, but as far as their threat, they can throw fireballs, they can do a short-range combustion-type fire blast, really hurts, and for melee range they have either a segmented staff-type whip or an axe. The axe guys are much hurtier. But we're going to hold off because that is definitely progress, and I want to see if I can't figure out how to get out those boulder throwers. This treasure I'll have to deal with from above, I'm certain. Aha, there was another landing. Maybe this is it. Oh, fat minister. First one we're actually going to fight. And you can see they have quite a bit of health. Maybe magic will work better. Not if I trade hits, that's not going to work out for me. Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with that. We're going to shield this thing, or spear this thing. Also shield it, but primarily spear it. Spirit, some people hear it, some people fear it. Spirit, some people just won't go near it. Nope. Gotta mind their super armor as well. That is their combustion equivalent, which hurts like a motherfucker. But he will trouble us no more. Some nice grass, too. Hello, rock guy. Come in a little bit so I don't have to deal with your friend. Oh, never mind. And what is the shiny? A crushing battle axe. Crushing weapons are an upgrade path that scale mainly with strength. Fairly respectable soul item, too. I wish I could remember where the switch is for the very helpful elevator. Cannot recall exactly where that lives. But either I'll find it eventually or I'll look it up between episodes. One way or another, we really, really want to get that going, and so I shall. I don't think there's anything else of interest involving this elevator, so I'll just ride it around and get back on track. Hey dude, I shanked your buddy. Got something to say about it? No one else in here, right? Right. I thought this was progress. Don't listen to me, folks. You should never listen to me when it comes to locations and navigation and things like that. Ooh, chunks. Brilliant. Clearstone. I don't recall off the top of my head what upgrade path that is, but we will eventually find out. Oh, this guy actually moved a little out of position. I remember this guy well because he was the one who really taught me to check my corners. I walked through that door, he hit me from the right side, I died, and I learned an important lesson. Well, two important lessons. One, check your corners. Two, the pickaxe guys hit like motherfuckers. But yeah, he's usually hidden on the right side of the door there. I don't know why he moved. Well, makes my life a little bit easier. Just gonna stand there, huh? Alright. Yep, he'd be standing right here in this space. I've never seen him out of position before. On the subject of pickaxe guys, helps to look up every once in a while, too. Oh, hi there. Yeah, they're a big fan of the pickaxe ambush in this section of Stonefang. We've used up quite a lot of, can I store these? No. We've used up quite a lot of time this episode, getting my shield, dealing with some other things. So it would not surprise me if I don't finish 2-1 today, but if so, we will come back for another go. We will be well armed to fight Death's Embrace. You're gonna have another pickaxe in there. I don't see anyone. Okay, good. Well, that's sort of a pickaxe ambush. Oh yeah, there's a minister here. Yep, there sure is a minister here. Now I know he's behind me, which is a very good thing indeed to know. I kind of want to get out of his way for the immediate... Oh my goodness! Boy's got some range and some aim. I think that other ladder switch might be around here somewhere, and if it is, I certainly don't want to miss it. You gonna shoot me all the way from over there? No? Good. Something interesting we can do over here. Does not appear the case, and oh, we're gonna have to find a way to unlock that. The switches in this area kind of give me a bit of a headache because it's dark in here, and they are dark brown in color. Okay, I'm gonna try taking the high road here. Okay, now I want to get a little farther over. First landing, I think. Now this wooden bridge, when you walk a certain distance across it, it will collapse, but there's a part of it that isn't collapsed, which I think is a little left of center. I'm going to see if I can walk on it and get over there. Also without getting blown up by the minister. Fortunately, he's in front of us, and I have a very good fire-blocking shield, which to be on the safe side will top up. See, very little chip damage. And I actually got it right. That's kind of shocking, really. Why don't you scoot a little over here, though, so I don't knock you off the cliff. If you have a drop, I want it. That's right. Just sashay your way over here. I do like his walk cycle. So sassy. Almost. Entirely. Not really all there is over here. That's not a great loss if you fall through the bridge. I don't know if there's another way to get over here or not, but yeah. If not, then it's no... There I go. Now, where am I at? Is there anything on this landing that is relevant to my interests? Mining guys. Y'all have bags? It doesn't look like you have bags. But maybe it'll drop something good anyway. Okay, I think I'm above the room that I came in through now. Does this bridge collapse? I think there's only one that does, but I could be completely blowing my memory here. Yep, it's good. Woohoo, chain backstabs. No memory whatsoever of what is up here, but I'm sure there will be some things that are tasty. Oh, I thought I saw something move up there. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not online, and somehow I saw a white ghost. There it is again. Ah, Bagman. Lots of hardstone. My shield thanks you. Huh. It's showing you that there's a lever there. What the hell? I have never seen that before. It's very kind to have, like, a developer ghost there, because that switch could be very easily overlooked, but yeah, I have never once noticed that. Whoops, someone's got a bag. Lots of clearstone. Again, I don't recall exactly what that does off the top of my head. Was that the quality material? I'm not sure. Also, what does this lever actually do? Aha! That's what unlocks the portcullis. I can't help but think there's more to be found before I completely move on. Like this, for example. Some weapon repair stuff. Anything else I can do up here before I drop down? Oh, I can get that. Don't remember what it is, but I can get it. Nothing else up here, though, right? Right. Make sure I don't miss. That looks about right. Yeah, kind of boring. Yep, nothing else on this landing. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't think we're going to finish 2-1 today. But we've got a good chunk of the looting and the miscellaneous data out of the way. So next episode we can charge on through with without fiddling around so much. Where the hell am I going? Ah, this way, yes. You see, I instinctively checked my corner there, even though I've already killed the guy. That was the first death that I think really hammered Welcome to Demon Souls in my head. Nothing important up here, right? Right. Well, I can get to that portcullis now, and I should say through that portcullis now, but once again, I am not entirely confident there's not more shit in this room I want to investigate. Well, we'll give it another once-over. This is that same thing I just went over, right? Yes, it is. Would not be a game that is not completely linear if I didn't get myself lost or go in circles at least a certain quota of the time. Oh, more laborers. One with a bag, even. Give me your bag. And some sharps to go with our hards. Magnificent. What else we got around here? Anything good? Yeah, It is looking like I've pretty much cleared out the immediate area. Definitely, maybe. But of course I am somewhat disoriented, as I usually am, so my confidence in that is not absolute. In fact, I have no idea where I'm going right now. Okay, over here was just some bad guys. Whoops. Where's this going to take me? Okay. Loot corpse was there. Either I'm in a completely optional section and not realizing it, or I've completely spaced on another exit. We're going to go back to where the first, well, not the first in our case, but the first required Fat Minister was. I'm just going to retrace a bit here. Now, this duder didn't have anything else in his space, that's right. Or did it? Yes, yes. Once again, we're back to the ambush corner. There's just a treasure in here. Nothing in here, right? Nothing we didn't take, anyway. Okay, now I actually know where I am, but not so much where I'm going. Going up here is just going to take us... Or is this going to lead me to the portcullis? It actually might. Where is that? The hell is it? Oh, okay. Yes, this is the place. And I know we're not at boss yet, so this is going to be a fog gate into a new area. Ah, salamander thingy. They do fire damage, as you might expect, so our shield is a good choice. Can't remember if they have projectiles or just melee fire attacks, but either way, we'll kill it. They hang out on walls a lot, and pop up just like that when you get close, or drop down, I should say. I think they have decent drops, but I don't recall what they are off the top of my head. Meltstone. That is the anti-upgrade material. Returns your weapon to its original state. So if you've gone down an upgrade path that you don't want, or something like that, that is your do-over button. But you will not get any of your upgrade materials back, so that is not something to do lightly. Same as it is in Future Souls, really. This doesn't look productive in the slightest. Oh, you know what? I think I just remembered something of significance. That elevator at the beginning that I really want to have activated, I think that doubles as a shortcut. So when we get to a certain point, we will be able to activate that, and then that'll be a faster path back through the level for us. So I'm going to see if I can get that far before we hang it up today. I believe there's a switch around here somewhere for the water wheel, as well as the one that's going to be there when we get the shortcut. And I don't really know where those are either. Over there we have a treasure, but we also have a number of salamanders in not very good ambush position. We'll just Solera those. Not quite a kill, but very close to it. get some coming down and trying to come at us. That one just gets flushed. Come here, you. Come here, little guy. Poka poka. Nope, guy up top. Nope, guy up top if you would. There we go. Not real sure what the point of the ones hanging out in the well is. I don't know if they can actually come up at you or not. Whoa! Ho-ho! One of them had a slightly higher vantage than the others. That was actually a good ambush position. But they still died pretty damn easy. Dragonstone. If I recall correctly, dragon-type weapons are the ones with innate fire damage. I guess that's an appropriate thing to leave lying around a pit full of salamanders. A flaming pit full of salamanders, I might add. This is why we need to get that water wheel switch going, because we need to cross that, and it's kind of on fire. And I think it does sufficient damage that you can't just brute force it. Anyway, we have some dudes here with hot pokers. I'm not sure if they do more or less than the pickaxe guys, but they are not to be trifled with. They are definitely a good bit more dangerous than the unarmed or bag-wielding ones. Alright, come over here. And how about you? Also, I like the way they trail blue smoke for a while after being hit with a soul arrow. Nice little touch. Whew, thought I was getting ambushed for a moment there, but it was just a body being knocked around by the goofy physics. Foggate generally means progress, not always, but generally. So we're going to go down this... Oh, I think this might actually be where the shortcut is. And if I am correct, that's going to be a pretty good place to leave off. I don't know what it is that they sometimes make a butthead-style laugh when they die. I don't really see what's so terribly funny about that. Greystone. I think Greystone might be for the crushing path. Again, there's so many of them I can never keep them straight, but I think that's for crushing. Holy balls! I'm glad I headed down this way, shortcut or not. And even if it's not the shortcut, there are a few shinies. Always worth investigating. And hey, we can see the boulder throwing platform from here. Check down here. Aha! I see a switch. So when we come back here, we can just take the elevator back up to this particular landing, head back through the tunnel there, and we will be good to go. For now, though, we're going to take it below ground and meet a friend. Well, kind of a dick, but a useful dick. Ah, looks like you can activate it from down here, too. I suppose that's good if you find your way here. Where does that lead? I do not recall. Anyway, this is what's important here.
I haven't seen you around these parts. What does it matter? You need a blacksmith, show me some coin. If not, head straight for the door.
You remember how I mentioned Baldwin has a blacksmith colleague who's even more brusque and asshole-ish than he is? Meet Ed. Fix my shit, Ed. Doesn't have anything for sale. And he can perform a standard upgrade procedures, so you don't necessarily have to go back to Baldwin for that. But he has a more important purpose, which we'll be seeing. Oh wow, yeah, they really hooked me up with Hardstone. Now we start to require large splinters, as well as a goodly supply of regular ones. Purple Flame Shield +4, very nice. Got a long way to go materials-wise to get the next upgrade, but this is very nice for now. What about my spear? How's my... Oh, quality and mercury. Let me check some other things out here. Okay, that's the standard sharpstone route. We have enough clearstone. Oh yes, clearstone is quality. We could go that route. Mercury, I don't remember what the hell that is. The fatal type, which requires pulpstone, I believe does extra damage on ripostes and backstabs, so critical type hits, but loses some of its stats in other areas, so very situational, and I don't really think much of it. Oh, and that's the meltstone thing to take it back to its default state. I think for now we will probably just keep it going along the regular path. And we've got the materials to do it. Okay, we've got both our bread and butter items up to rank 4. So I think what I'm going to do... Is this greystone? Yes, it is. I actually got that right. How about that? Sharp. Sharp is higher dexterity scaling, less strength. And if you've read the comments in the previous video, I'm not always a fan of going the sharp route, because pure bladestone, which is the final upgrade from 4 to 5, pure bladestone is a very rare drop from a single rare type of enemy, so in any given playthrough, you really can't even count on being able to go from +4 to +5. +4 is still good, but it's a little discouraging, you know? Anyway, we'll have a little dialogue with Ed here, and then we will go back to the Nexus, unload some of our gear, and get ready for next time.
I'm busy. I'm not here to chit-chat. Forging a weapon strengthens it. Notice its character. Those are transmogrified sprites. Their presence blesses the weapon.
Transmogrified sprites? So I'm upgrading my weapon with, like, fossilized pygmies? Fossilized pixies or some shit. Oh, maybe it's the furtive pygmy from Dark Souls. Anyway, that's kind of weird. You'd think there would just be minerals. Anything else?
Those are transmogrified.
Nope. Looks like that's all we're gonna get from him for right now.
Those are...
Yep. Nothing. Okay. Well, we've met Ed.
All done? Let me gone. I'll work alone.
We've met Ed. We know he's here. And we've got the elevator back to the beginning of the level that we can now use any time to easily get back to Ed. And I just missed my landing. Ain't I fancy? Can we afford any more materials before we go? Yes, yes we can. We have a little more sharpstone, so I'll grab a hard one. That sounded lewd.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Right, on back to base. Ah, home again. or the closest equivalent we have to home right now. And I'll drop off my stuff with Thomas here.
Hello again. I'm keeping a...
Okay, very good.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
You're a sweetheart yourself, Tommy boy. And yes, with that, I think we have come to a very good place to call it for today. And holy shit, that went weirdly well. Didn't have any major mishaps. Got my shield. Got some good upgrades in. And got to say some informative stuff, which is always a pleasure. So yeah, apparently when I'm having a fuck-awful day, my recording luck is inversely proportional to that. And I don't know whether I can benefit from that at all. I don't want to intentionally give myself shitty days so I can do good videos. Love you folks, but I don't love you that much. But, well, it will be what it will be. We'll see what happens. At any rate, always glad to have you folks along, especially when I'm playing a little more competently than usual. Take care, and I will see you soon. This is signing off. Today's shocking burst of competence has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Patrick Bellinger, Joe Rogue, Martin Schallenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, Electric Keat, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Alex Beyer, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, McCaffrey Crandall, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Mayan Ling, Renaman, Fate Everywhere, welcome, and other surprised patrons. As ever, your support means a great deal to me, and I appreciate you all immensely. Of course, I would also like to give a big thank you to all of my subscribers, the comment crew, and everyone in the audience. Be good to you and yours, folks. You never know when the world's gonna come crashing down, and when the shit hits the fan. What else have you got, really? Hope you all have a good week, and that I will see you next time.